Good afternoon. Here again for another episode of 3430. I had a message from a good friend of mine, and both her and a friend of hers, they made a particular request. So it actually completely slipped my mind about this exercise because it's just a combination of the maneuvers that we've been doing. So it's nothing really new for those that are starting to put the dance together. But yeah, some people, I think it's Buck Brannaman, he calls it the half circle exercise. So we can keep the same name that he does. He uses. I think on his DVDs, the 7 clinics, there is the DVD number 1 or 2 on the groundwork where he explains it really well. So I'll try to give in this only 5-10 minutes of video my interpretation of it. This is my interpretation. I know Buck Brannaman doesn't do it the way I do it because he's Buck Brannaman and I'm Alessia. It's 2 different people. So, but I'll try to come up with what for me today with Stormborn are the things that are more relevant in this exercise. So the half circle exercise, to me, it looks a lot like an exercise where you're gonna get the job done. And whether what we did before was not about getting a job done with the horse, it was a lot more about teaching a horse to do a job. So as I want to do that exercise, I'm gonna have to be aware that not everything is gonna be perfect. I just had to move Stormborn a little bit because he's a stallion, so he can go in La La Land. And hell well, nobody's perfect. So be aware that not everything is gonna be perfect, but try to observe, remember, and compare what's gonna come up while you're doing this job, and try to work at it later. So the half circle exercise, it's very geometrical, and the easiest way for me to see it is that I'm going from point A to point B with my own feet. I'm not gonna lead my horse from point A to point B. I'm gonna have my horse doing the 5 basic maneuvers of forward, hindquarters, front quarters, both sides, hind and front, while I'm walking a straight line. So you will want to have your horse, let's say I'm going from here to there, straight line. You'll want your horse to do a quarter of a circle around you, and as he comes in front of you, like it will be this way, with the stirrups perhaps, or this area behind his armpits where his balance point is. As he comes there, I'm gonna ask for the hindquarters to roll over, and there'll be a 90 degrees turn. Once those hindquarters roll over 90 degrees, you'll ask your horse to take the front quarters across 180 degrees and walk on. So I'll start from here. Well, that will be a front quarters. I'm gonna go slow. Because I'm gonna go slow, it might get a little bit messy, but I need you to see what I'm talking through. And sometimes the horse's feet are gonna go way faster than my mouth. So English is not my marathon, so I can't talk that fast. And anyways, it goes fast. With horses, it just goes fast. So straight line from from here to there with my own feet. Here's my horse. Quarter of a circle in front of the armpits. Roll the hind quarters over. Drive the front. Quarter of a circle. Armpits. Hind quarters over 180. Front quarter, he couldn't do the, hind quarters 90, and he couldn't do the front quarters 180 because we had the fence. So I come around towards the camera now. Straight line between me and the camera. Circle. At the armpits, roll the hind over 90 and front. A quarter circle, hind 90 and front. Now I had to stop my feet a few times and I had to stop my feet a few times or wait for him because I was mostly wait for me to explain it. So I'm gonna try another time without slowing down my feet. So you guys are not supposed to slow down your feet, your feet as you're doing this exercise. Don't walk too fast though, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit difficult. You see, I didn't wait this time for him. It was maybe a little bit more messy. I should crisp up those hindquarters a little bit more. That's something that I've noticed with him. Because he's not fully engaging his hind, the front are a little bit floppy. But he's 2.5. I also have to remember that he's got a life to go and to improve this exercise. He's got a lifetime. So 180, 90, 180. I'm gonna change my line now. I'm gonna go there, 90, 180. This one was messy. I'm gonna change my line. I'm gonna go there. Hindquarters, 90. He's late. 180 with the front. I didn't wait for him here, and I'm in a round pen, so it's gonna finish. The round pen ends quickly. Here, this way, and the other side. This exercise, it's also pretty handy if you're showing your horse a new place to be. Instead of if your horse is losing his focus like he does, or is getting scared of walking in a new arena, rather than taking them, come on little horse, let's go see what can we get scared of, do this exercise. It gets his mind busy. Also, another application of this exercise is basically if you're going to work out with your horse. What? It was very stressful for him. If you're going to work out with your horse and you are going to imagine to be a cow, that's pretty much what your horse has to do. So eventually one day your horse will be more hooked on to you. He's not at the moment, so I'm a cow. He's long. Front quarters. Forward. He's long. Front quarters. Go a little bit. I'm a pushy cow because he's already long. Press off. Front quarters. Good boy. Made a tiny little change. And it's good to sometimes to put a little bit of spice on the horses, but I need him to engage those hind. That's something that it came out in my exercise, in this exercise, for how I visited with him that what we needed to do more is to get the hindquarters more engaged. So that's something, it's my homework. I have to go home with him and do more of that. Yeah, I hope that was helpful, and let me know, especially my friend that asked for that, let me know if something wasn't clear. Thank you.